Okay. We're just getting bonus faxes now. All right, so I can just call Frank Shimming. Interesting. All right, let's give him a dial.
Yes.
Yes. Ooh, polite introduction.
Mr. Shimming, my name's Murphy, and I'm looking into the apparent suicide of one of your employees.
That's a little too forward.
Investigation.
Go easy. Maybe if we pal around with him.
Yeah, if you're a nice guy and play ball with me, I think we can keep this thing off the record.
I believe it's within my rights to ask for whom you
Ooh.
work.
Let's see. What do we got here? Cop a plea, Zodiac bluff, ruggedly independent. He might appreciate the ruggedly independent. I don't know. Ruggedly independent?
I don't work for anybody. I'm working with Wanda.
Oh, I don't think he'll like that. Oh, that's a bad thing to mention.
So, you're with Capricorn.
Oh, no. He's not going to like
I
that.
thought you people had gotten tired of
Okay.
pestering me.
Oh, boy. Let's see. Verb clarification? I don't know if we want to get pedantic with him. Aware of the imposition.
We know you're a very busy man. A few quick questions and I'll let you get back to ruling the world.
I don't think he appreciates our humor.
What is it you want this time?
What do you mean this time? Oh, can we call him back again? Oh, I wonder. Okay, so, oh, wow, we can just bring up the whole conversation tree with him. Okay, where do we want to start? I guess let's just talk about Carl. That's why we're calling.
No one by the name of Carl Linsky has ever been on Gideon Enterprises.
Oh, see, that's very specific. He just says they weren't on the payroll, and it sounded like they were being paid in a very unofficial capacity. All right, well, what about the former, I guess, CEO?
Mr. Gideon founded this corporation and brought it to prominence. And he did this despite mediocre business skills.
Oh, so you mean he was doing a good job?
His general mental state over the past several years. He became obsessed with pet projects and was leading the company in a counterproductive direction.
Oh,
For that
boy.
reason, the board of directors
Something tells me he was not being as unscrupulous and devious and maniacal as you wanted.
Think about all of this.
Why don't you ask him yourself?
Oh.
I'm sure he'd appreciate a visit from someone other than nurses and wheelchair
I would love to chat with him. How can I find
I'll
him?
let you know where to find him.
Wow, okay. That's extremely helpful. I'm very surprised. Well, tell me about yourself.
Professionally, I strive to do what the board of directors pays me to do. Run this
So you
corporation
are
as
a monster.
effectively and
Gotcha.
profitably
Okay.
as possible.
Very straightforward.
My personal life is none of your business.
I wasn't asking about your personal life necessarily. Well, what about the company itself?
We are the world's foremost innovator and implementer of security surveillance systems.
Uh-huh.
We are also the parent company for dozens of smaller firms, ranging from computer
Like
chip makers to research
STG?
facilities.
Huh. Okay. Well, I mean, we'll get there eventually. I don't know why we would want to ask him about some of these things, because it would give up information to someone who's definitely involved in some crazy, weird project and conspiracy and evil doings. But why not? What do you think about Jorge Valdez?
I don't know who that is.
Okay. May as well ask. What about this photo?
I know John Klaus, but only socially.
Oh, only
Perhaps take your
socially,
word
you
if the other one
say?
is Carl Linsky.
Yeah, I
never
don't
seen
buy
him
that
before
for a
in my
second.
life.
Okay. What about STG?
We have many small subsidiary companies.
Uh-huh.
If I remember correctly, STG was research-based and probably more of a write-off than anything.
What were
I
they
know
researching?
it's no longer in existence and was unimportant, to say the least.
Oh, I don't buy that for a second. Well, what about John Klaus? What do you know?
Now, this questioning is getting tiresome. Get to the point if you have one.
Yeah, he definitely knows we're sniffing around. Hey, Astropath. Oh my god, I feel like, didn't you just resub yesterday? Well, thank you for the double one sub. Yeah, literally yesterday. Well, I appreciate the subscription. Again, that support is so much appreciated. Yeah, I'm not sure how the math works out on that one, but I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for that support. I'm assuming he's going to deny anything about Bosworth Clark, right? If he doesn't say Carl worked for him, probably the same for Clark.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. No, I don't like that. What about Val Davis?
The name is completely foreign to me.
Man, you are so bad at feigning ignorance. Let's see. What about the Law and Order Party? I'm sure you have some
Political
opinions.
beliefs are my own, and I make a point of not allowing them to interfere at any time with my business dealings.
Don't believe that. I don't believe that for even half a second. All right. Well, what do you think about Capricorn, the people who are trying to hold you to account?
I respect the work Capricorn does.
Oh,
which
do
is
you?
The only reason I'm talking to you now.
Yeah, I don't buy
To my
that.
knowledge, Gideon Enterprises has done nothing to warrant a Capricorn investigation.
It's okay. Oh, buddy. I love like the way he like dances around answering things specifically. He's like, not to my knowledge. You know, he loves plausible deniability. Well, what about Rona Morgan? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, to my knowledge is doing a lot of work in his answer there.
Ms. Morgan was a top engineering consultant for Gideon Enterprises for many years.
Uh-huh.
She left and started her own company several years ago and was doing quite well last time I heard.
Oh, man. This guy is so good at not answering these. What about Overlord?
Now, this questioning is getting tiresome. Get to the point if you have one.
Not really. I'm just kind of fishing around. Do you know anything about the North Hill Clinic?
North Hill Clinic security system was installed by our corporation. That is the extent of my dealings with the clinic.
There's also like an interesting aspect to this where like they are embedded a whole bunch of like very private, secure organizations. And theoretically, they hold the keys to that. Maybe. What do you think about chess? Just the game itself.
Chess was and is a common motif in Gideon Enterprises.
Yes.
Owing to Mr. Gideon's avid interest in the game.
Oh, I wonder if Gideon is the poison pawn. Interesting. All right. What about the health services?
I haven't heard of it.
Oh, I'm surprised that's not a subsidiary. What about the daughter?
The name is completely foreign to me.
Again, I love how obvious it is that some of these, it's supposed to be like, I don't know what you could ever possibly imagine me knowing about that.
I have no opinion of you whatsoever, Mr.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Oh, man. Yeah, this guy is so good at evading answering any of the actual serious points of what I'm bringing up. I guess we'll ask about these.
Now, this question
Yeah, nothing to say here.
I haven't heard of it.
Okay. All right. So we have asked him everything, and he's now going to send us the conversation or the contact for Gideon. Right? So can I now go here? No. Did he fax it? Also no. Huh. Or is it now a location? All right, it's time to giddy up, giddy on. Let's go have a chat. Oh my God, it's this actor. I believe he's British. I don't know if he'd be doing a British accent, but
You
he's
actually met J. St. Gideon in person?
J. St. Gideon.
Yeah. Want my autograph?
Well, what was he like? What about the mansion? Oh, I heard it was
I
spectacular.
mean, we're about to find out.
A little garish for my taste, but nice.
I mean, are
The
any
mansion,
mansions
on the other
not
hand.
Very
garish?
funny.
I feel like that kind of goes with the territory. Oh, he lives on like a secluded island, does he? How very glass onion of him. Oh, this is cool. Why am I getting like satanic chanting? Wait, did he convert a church? This is a little more than garish. This is ominous. This has gone a whole new level. Yeah, nope, nothing off-putting about this. Very cozy. A very intimate space. You know, he just wanted a place away from the city where he could really, you know, get his head right. I feel like we're back in Phantasmagoria. Oh, hell yes. Give me all the oh my God, this is amazing. That's actually very impressive, like this moving camera shot.
Cozy little flat you've got here.
You must find it ostentatious. I bet I do as well.
Then why do you
Certainly
like it?
Too much home for only one person.
You don't live here alone, do you?
Come on, you must
I'm
have like
afraid
some
so.
sort of staff.
My fortune is provided.
Wait, no
with a
one else is
fully
here?
automated, self-sufficient existence.
I mean, this is a lot of house to
But my
clean.
disability has given me an aversion to reliance on others. I want for nothing.
Oh no. Is he going to keep poor Tex here as a pet?
And that only after my somewhat forced semi-retirement.
I mean, somewhat. It sounded like you were very forced. Yeah, this guy. Oh man, I forget his name. He's been in a million things. He's like a great like character actor.
Gideon Enterprises defines state-of-the-art with regard to security systems.
You know, until the new guy is in charge.
Perhaps in prison.
Michael York. Yes, that's it. Thank you.
Electronic moat. No, I don't worry about my safety, though I thank you for your concern. Now, to what do I owe this?
Well, a couple people have been murdered who used to work for you. I don't know if you've heard here on your secluded island of mystery.
Carl Linsky. He was an employee in your corporation.
No, Gideon Enterprises is no longer mine, I'm afraid.
Okay, but he was there when you were there.
Frank Shimming would be a better source of information.
He's pretty tight-lipped around it.
I already talked with Frank
Yeah.
Shimming. He was about as helpful as a DMV employee in the middle of his 2-week notice.
Hey, DMV jokes never get old.
I won't mince words. I don't like Shimming.
This canted angle, though.
My complete
The
trust
Duchess of
in
Dutch
Secret Agent
shots.
is exploiting my lack of management acumen then.
Of
usurping
course,
my
yeah.
position as head of Gideon.
Because again, like you were the actual like know-how of the corporation.
Corporation.
Yes. I have no more real authority to run my company than the King of England has to run his country.
This guy knows how to really make a scene feel real. Killing it.
Just sack him, as the English say.
Even if I
Oh,
could
that's a
walk
good
to the
chuckle.
point, huh? My time is past.
Yeah, it's tough to go back once you've been ousted.
Outdated as this antique.
I can't think of many people other than like, you know, the infamous Steve Jobs, like ousting and then recontrolling.
Though I dare
That
say
it's
the
worked
world
out.
itself has become nothing more than a business run by a select few.
I'm not sure I agree, Mr. Gideon. I think there are a lot of people out there who want to make the world.
Yeah, even in this dark cyberpunk future.
And you,
Again, this
my
is like
friend,
young, naive, optimistic
you
Tex.
intend to make the world a better place.
I mean, Tex does make the world a better place,
Keep an open mind.
even if he is a bit of a doofus.
Buy Girl Scout cookies.
You think this will make a difference?
This dude's real, though. It's like, okay,
I think if enough people care, it just might catch on.
you need a lot of collective action.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I used to think like you at one time.
I mean, the boot comes from high and it comes hard.
I lived on it for many years. But
Yeah, it
it's
definitely seemed like Gideon was like the idealist who was trying to make, you know, the company do good
It's
work.
in large part the reason why I can no longer walk.
Oh.
You'd like to hear what happened, wouldn't you?
I mean, if you want to
I
share.
feel uncomfortable.
Oh, I've been in this damn cage for more years than I care to remember.
This guy's like almost like too good an actor to be in this. Though I do love these games. Like, he's a good actor.
It was 2013.
Yes.
I was in Geneva to attend a covert meeting of UN operatives.
Mm-hmm.
There were 14 of us, and at least one was a traitor,
Gasp.
armed with an explosive device.
Oh.
I was the only survivor.
Did
Curious.
you ever find out who it was?
No? It could have been anyone.
But like, wait, you didn't know where the explosive came from? You were there.
Or organization.
I have so many questions. How could you not know?
Well, I don't suppose it matters anymore. It was the beginning of the end. There are no heroes anymore. Only villains of varying degrees.
Oh man, that's some real cyberpunk mindset.
You support what they do, don't you?
Oh, Capricorn does what they do, but they're merely fighting the good fight. Oh, greed and corruption have the upper hand.
I mean, that is still true, even back in the past.
When I was younger, I sincerely believed we could achieve a semblance of global order and harmony.
Wouldn't that be nice?
That was only the foolish dream of a youthful idealist.
I still need to go back to this. There was 14 people
Once I
there.
was crippled.
How did you not know where the explosion came
That was no longer
from?
use. No, I was turned loose into the world. A cruel and deadly steeplechase where survival was a matter
boy.
of social Darwinism.
I feel like we're making him relive something that we shouldn't.
I was lost. I
Mm.
believed that my
This is also interesting.
denied me my destiny.
I have a lot of. This is very
Years
interesting.
passed before I realized that I still had much to offer. With little more than a plan, I laid the foundations.
This guy might be involved with this case more than we think.
Population, I found other social misfits whose skills and talents had been overshadowed.
Because if he was able to find a way to like transfer his mind into like a technological form, he would have no limitation.
Those were difficult times. We were openly ridiculed. Finding investors and financing was an often humiliating series of rejections.
It sounds like he started the business with you know, ideals of good work to be done.
Eventually, we did succeed.
Man, I would love to see how they shoot this stuff. All the behind the scenes on these is so cool.
I had recaptured the idealism of my youth. The belief
And then they took it away from you again.
sacrifice, commitment, and hard work. Anything was possible. But then,
Yeah. And then
it happened again.
I'm sorry, buddy.
In the
Gideon got absolutely
all those
destroyed once
years
more.
Investment and careful nurturing were torn from me by thieves and liars masquerading as board members and
Well,
stockholders.
I think that's the problem, is that
Now,
they're always going to be
towering
like
over them
that.
all is Frank Shimming.
Because if you're not achieving maximum profitability, they're not
He
happy.
is matched only by his worship of dividends and profit margins.
Yep. Villainy in plain sight.
So nothing has happened. I have come
Oh,
full
man.
circle. And once again, I'm unwanted, unneeded.
Michael York just crushing this
facing
scene.
a purposeless existence. So you listen to me. If you insist
I
on
will.
striding through life, arms laden with hope, you will only meet with one devastating disappointment.
I feel like, you know, Texas got to get a huge betrayal in this to set him on his path right.
Oh, please. Please forgive me, Mr. Murphy. You must be.
He's very lonely here. He
you must be a
really
very
needs to
busy
vent.
man. I must apologize for
No, don't.
monopolizing your time with my
No,
work.
not at all.
I don't mind.
Oh, it's good of you to indulge me. It's just that I receive so few visitors.
Hey, if you want to vent to us, we're you know, an open ear, okay?
We must return to your investigation.
How about Karlinski, though?
Please.
Would you be willing to open up about
Tell me what I can
that?
do to assist you.
Ooh, okay. What do we want to? Oh man, what do we want to ask him about? I guess let's just go with Carl.
I only know, I should say knew, him by
Hmm.
reputation. He was an outstanding neurologist in his time. I read about
Yeah,
his suicide
this
in the
guy's
newspapers.
stated ambitions and the things that bother him line up a lot with the goals of creating a transcendence of his mind into a new form, right? Yeah. Interesting. Definitely something to keep in the back of our minds. All right, well, what about J. St. Gideon yourself? Tell me.
I don't want you to pity me, Mr.
I don't.
Murphy.
I
I have enough
what?
creature comforts to make life.
No, I think you're living a good life here, man. All right. Well, what about shimming? I'm assuming there's not a lot of love lost between you.
I'd rather talk about something more pleasant. Suffice to say that Mr. Shimming will not be receiving a Christmas card from me this year.
One thing I definitely noticed with his performance, he's definitely giving more response to all of the lines in a way that is very good. Like he does the thing where like he actually takes in what the question is, has a reaction to it, and then starts talking.
I feel like a
Yeah, like that little bit at the
child
beginning there. It's
left
a good
the nest.
touch.
I created Gideon Enterprises,
Mm-hmm.
nursed it and raised it to adulthood.
And they literally ripped it from you.
And now it's left me with an
Yeah, he's
empty
definitely the
nest.
most like experienced of the entire cast. And it shows. Like, you know, not to say the other people aren't good, but like he is definitely crushing this performance in something that at the time I imagine was very strange to perform for. Like, he's just such a good actor. All right, so what about Jorge? Have you ever heard of him? Ah,
runs a chess shop called
okay.
File in the old city.
A new location,
We
perhaps.
play quite often over the Ethernet.
Oh, the Ethernet,
One
you
of the
say?
few worthy opponents I've found.
Okay. Well, what kind of speed you got on your Ethernet? All right, so I guess we can maybe try looking up the business name. Interesting. The Ethernet. Oh, my.
In chess
Oh.
terminology, a poisoned pawn is the bait.
Ah, okay.
Whoever is going by that name probably considers him.
So
or
maybe it is
herself
Karlinski then.
sacrificial lamb.
Yeah, I think that might be the case. Like, he knew by coming forward with the information and sending the poison pawn message that he was going to be the next on the list to be eliminated. Perhaps. All right, what about, I don't know why you know about Wanda's letter.
I'm afraid I haven't heard of
No, I couldn't imagine that he would. Okay, what about the Linsky Klaus photo?
This is Karlinski? Well, I only knew him by name, and
Yeah, I don't know if I completely buy his, like, I don't know anything about anything. I was only the CEO of the company. What about STG, though?
I know nothing about that.
Interesting. I guess the question is, I'm not sure the exact timeline of when he was ousted and when STG was formed. Maybe it's a situation where they needed to oust him so they could form STG because he was standing in opposition to anything under the same, like, research name. Hey, Plaid Cat, how's it going? We're back in the hot seat here. So yeah, I wonder if, like, he was in opposition to this kind of weird, unethical experimentation, and they needed to get rid of him to move this forward. Interesting. Okay, what about Klaus?
I wish I could be of more assistance.
Yeah, no, I'm not surprised. Bosworth Clark, maybe he might know him.
I'm unfamiliar.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Val Davis.
I am unacquainted with her.
How do you know it's a female? Interesting. Okay. What do you think about the Law and Order Party? Please tell me you hate them.
The Law and Order Party is merely a Machiavellian.
Okay, I like it. You called them Machiavellian, which is correct.
Their goals are not altogether, but those ends do not justify their means.
Okay.
Unfortunately, they've struck a chord with the public, and with an appealing candidate like Robert Knott, they will surely gain a great deal.
That's not good. That's very not good. Interesting. Well, what do you know about Robert Knott?
While I don't know him personally, my instincts tell me that Mr. Knott is a man.
Oh, unfortunate. I mean, why did we think this guy would not be into what they were doing? He's a multi-tech zillionaire. They're not a good group. All right, what do you think about Capricorn?
I sometimes feel that Capricorn is the last bastion of sanity in the world. Their efforts are laudable, but futile.
Interesting. It seems like he's like more just like supporting like everything that just kind of sounds interesting to him. All right, what about Rona Morgan though?
Rona Morgan was a beautiful, intelligent woman.
Interesting.
In a deformed
So he
shell.
did know her.
She joined our engineering team early on and soon proved her immense value. She went into business for herself some time ago.
Yep, we're aware. Do you also know what happened? It's fine. He doesn't need to know. Have you heard of Overlord, though?
I wish I could be of more assistance.
Unfortunately, you can't be. I'm assuming you play a lot of chess. What do you think?
Chess is my only diversion. Oh, if you care to play, I'd be glad to teach you a thing or two about
Oh, I'm sure you could teach us a thing or two about a thing or two. What about the clinic?
Unfortunately, my condition has required numerous treatments. The care I've received at North Hill, however, has been exceptional.
Yeah, it definitely seems like of the people we met so far, he's the one who has expressed the most desire for this theoretical. It isn't even stated in the plot yet, but with the people who are involved in this research project, it seems like it's related to, neurosurgery, something to do with interfaces, technology, and a security firm, which makes me think that it has to do with some sort of technological mind process thing. And he's definitely expressed the fact that he wishes that his wheelchair dependability was not a part of his life. Not to say that like you can't live a full life. It's just this guy seems very like distraught by that. What about the health services place?
I owe what quality of life I have to a variety of...
Yeah, they're like the medical tech company.
Without them, I probably would not be having this conversation.
Interesting. I guess, yeah, like he was in an explosion. Who knows what other kind of like difficulties he experiences, right? Do you know anything about Carl's daughter?
No. I'm familiar with the name.
Okay. And I can't imagine you have much to say about us, but...
You remind me very much of myself when I was younger.
Oh,
I sincerely hope you'll keep in mind the things I've told you.
That's a nice thing to say, especially since he seems like he looks fondly on his youth. Okay. Well, we have a new conversation point and also what Jorge's business name is, though that isn't a conversation point we can bring up. Maybe it's because we're talking to him and he's the one who told us. All right. Either way, thanks so much. Oh, the rank and file chess shop. Okay, we can just go there now. Is he like a cyborg? It looks like he has like a shiny face. Okay, well, let's go to the chess shop and see what's going on.